Welcome to Nurse Talk with Martha,
And Tessie.
where we are making history
We're reforming nursing
and we're elevating the profession to the
the
next level. Thank you all for so much for joining us today. Today's topic is going to be a little bit of a sensitive topic, but it's so important, and we're going to be addressing the issue of disillusionment and burnout. Now, as nurses, we know that we can tend to go hard, take care of everybody, do our 12-hour shifts over and over and over again. And sometimes our expectations are not what they what we thought
they were
that even in this career, it could be the fact that maybe nursing didn't turn out to be something that we thought it would be,
as a career too.
Right,
As a job.
Exactly. So today we're going to talk about disillusionment. I don't know about you, Tessie, but I've seen over and over and over again nurses that have been in the profession, and it's just like people start to act like robots, and it's almost like an existence. You have that sense of responsibility, and that you got your family to take care of, but you're just doing the same thing day in and day out.
I can very much so vouch to that.
Right.
I'm a living example and experience and living example.
Right.
In general. So I know when I started nursing, it was like, okay, very excited, about learning everything. You get in, you learn everything.
Right.
And then life also lifes you.
Right.
You get married, you have children, you move into houses, you do all these different things. And then it becomes just that's ritual.
Right.
That same routine. Go to work, come home, go to sleep, take care of your family, take care of your mom, your sister, your aunt, your a cousin, your friend, confidant, you're all of that.
Right.
And daughter, son. And then you lose sight of yourself.
Right.
You lose sight of yourself in the midst of all of it. And I know I did that for sure.
Right.
I'm a living example. Just gonna say it again. Where I would constantly go. And eventually I got to a point where I got burnt out.
Right.
I did. I got burnt out. My expectation, let's go back a little bit. The expectation of nursing was, no, it's not going to be a beautiful sight every time you go in. I mean, yes, I was working with babies majority of the time, but babies get sick too.
Right.
Babies have things going on that we don't even know about going on. So we have to know how to prepare ourselves to respond to things like that.
Right.
And then once your shift is over, you gotta go home, you gotta maybe cook,
right,
maybe take care of your own child, maybe take care of your own parents or your family member or your husband or whoever and whatever you have to do and deal with, and then start that cycle all over again.
Right.
In the next 8 to 12 hours sometimes.
Right.
6 hours for others because we covering ourselves from charting and stuff like that. And then depending on your drive home. Sometimes it's helpful, but sometimes it's not helpful.
Right.
Because sometimes it's like it gives you time to reevaluate the day, to digress from the day, or it can cause you to go into an over-analyzing thought process of what did I do right, what did I do wrong, what did I not do, all of that. And then you do come back and remember, okay, but I did do this all right. I know for me it was, did I chart everything? Did I chart everything? There was one night I came home, I was there for a long time, a baby went bad on me, and I had to drive home, which was my drive is 25 to 30 minutes. And as I'm driving home, I'm like, okay, the day is over. I still not thinking about me. I'm
Right.
still thinking about the day
Right.
and then what I'm walking or rolling into when I go home. And I go home and I have like maybe 6 hours of sleep. I'm thinking about that. Oh, I got to start over and do it again tomorrow. I hope the baby's better, this, that, and the other. When in the midst of me sleeping, trying to sleep, I'm dreaming.
Right.
I'm dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
And then all those different thoughts are coming in as well. And then the thought comes, you forgot to chart
Right.
something.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? I was supposed to be off the next day, but you know what I did? I jumped out my bed early in the morning and drove all the way back to the hospital to make sure I charted everything.
Right. Right. And those are the type of the things that we're talking about that can lead you to burnout because you're being everything to everybody in your job and everything, and you keep going at a pace, you never take a break, and that's when we have to come to the point where we realize, wait a minute, I'm burning out. If you start to feel on edge, if you have an attitude at work, which we all are, because we have our good days and we have our bad days, but we have to recognize when it is time to take a break and we are officially in burnout.
Or we're going in that direction.
Right,
Because
to
I'll never
catch
forget,
it.
I'll never forget that the day that I didn't know, and these parents were asking me questions in the discharge process, and I immediately just responded in a, now look at here, I'm tired.
Right,
That's not my character, that's not my personality, and I
Right.
had to really, and that was a light bulb
right.
went off, and it was like, wait a minute, this is not Tessie.
Right.
And grant you, that night I finished the discharge process with the parents, but that weighed on me so much that I knew that something was not right with me. And I called off. Well, I was scheduled to be off the following day, but that weekend, it was the weekend, so it was a Saturday. I immediately text my manager and let her know that I wasn't going to come back for a little while.
Right.
And she gave me the steps on what I needed to do.
Right.
Because otherwise, I probably wouldn't have did that right.
Right. Right.
So that was very eye-opening for me, and I did. I went home. I cried about it all, but that was when it really just like, something's not right, Tessie. And that was me thinking about, I was doing this every day, all day, same thing, every day, all day, 3 12-hour shifts, sometimes 4 12-hour shifts, and just doing the same thing, same routine over and over and over. And so that was my wake-up call.
Right. And I've been through similar things like that, even just recently, where it's been a challenge, and that's why I decided. Sometimes you just have to decide. You got to do what you got to do, no matter who wants you to or who doesn't want you to. You have to take care of yourself. One thing that helped me was to take a vacation where, I mean, sometimes you may have to take a vacation by yourself or your spouse, whatever it works best for you. But you have to take some time to where you can just take a woo-saw moment, take your annual time. Sometimes some situations are so heavy if you're dealing with like a death in the family or a sick family member, whatever have you. You have to take that time so you can get yourself together, because if you're running, this is like our cars. If our cars run out of gas, we can't go anywhere.
100%.
And we have to take care of ourselves mentally. You have to take some time to where you can just get yourself together. I'm a big person when it comes to finding a therapist or even talk to a friend. I have one beautiful thing is friendships. Find the right friends. The gossiping ones, no. But the friends I have, for me, what has helped me so much in my walk is having friends who are praying, and some friends that might be just further along that have dealt with family issues, that have dealt with the death of parents or sicknesses and things like that, and that are mature, because it's nothing worse than having your personal stuff fall on the ears of someone who of people who
have none of your interests at heart. None of your interests at heart.
None of your interests at heart, and they have not walked your walk. I am very, and I tell Tessie this all the time, I'm very discreet about who I share things with. If there's no maturity there, or if I can sense that there's not maturity there to hear what it is that I'm saying and not judge. Yep. But to be a listening ear, that's important to me, is to have those people around you that are gonna support you
and lift you, support and continue to keep you lifted in positive insight and in prayer.
Right. Absolutely.
We all need it.
Right.
And that's when we really come to that place of digging deeper into your spirit. Digging deep into your spirit and acting on the spirit.
Right.
The true spirit at heart.
Right.
To be that comforter, to be, because we all are utilized by God to do those different things.
Right.
Either to be that touch, either just to be that ear, either to be that heart, whatever it is, the hug, whatever it is, that part of that kindness that we need to share with one another to continue to move each other.
Right.
Continue to move each other into that right place, into that, their destination. And like with Martha, I always say, like, she helps me. She's been that friend that we've become like, I'll call it best friends. She's one of my best friends, one of my circle of five.
That circle of five.
It's a circle of five that only certain people you can talk to, and you can express yourself, and you can just be free.
Right.
And you know that they're not going to judge you, but they are not going to allow you to stay in that place either.
Right.
And it may be tough and it may be uncomfortable at times, and it goes for both parties, but we are open to listening and really hearing, not just from what they're saying, but from the spirit and where it's coming from. It makes a difference.
Yes, it does make a difference. It does make a difference. And once we have hit that wall, and we know that we're dealing with burnout, and we take that break and we step back, and it's okay. Once you take your leave or whatever, break all the way down if you have to, because that is just the opportunity for you to build back up, or we say God will build us back up, because sometimes that old foundation has to come down in order for it to build back up, for you to be built back up, or for me to be built back up. But one unique thing with nursing is the fact that if you're working in a particular area and you're burned out, you do have the opportunity to choose a different specialty.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
You sure do.
Because one thing that I've had to deal with, as far as just in general, is I've developed a hip issue where I have any type of medical thing. For me, it was a hip issue. So I developed a hip issue. So that told me I needed to do something that was not going to challenge my body in that area.
Exactly.
So that goes the same with our minds. And if you're working in an area
too challenging,
yes, consider before you go completely off track.
True.
Consider just moving into another area that's gonna allow you to be refreshed, allow you to say, okay, I can do this.
Right.
That's the beautiful thing about nursing. You have the ability to just move from one thing to the next with one degree, or if you are CNA, LPNs, whatever part of the whole team you are, you have the opportunity to switch and move to something that's going to serve you better.
And with that also being said, I know I hit that, not to say that all my stuff was negative, but I'm just saying where my transparency comes from is because I've been down that road a couple of times. So like Martha also mentioned about I have an injury that occurred with my neck, cervical herniation. So that caused me to have to say, hey, wait a minute, I love my babies. But if my arm, it travels down from my back up to my neck and to my arm, one side. If I have an issue, if I have baby I'm holding, I don't want to put that baby in jeopardy.
Right.
I don't want to have that family looking at me like, is she okay? I had to think again about that. And that's my first real injury in my life. So it's just kind of like, whoa, I don't want to put any patient actually in any kind of harm or danger. So that's something I really had to think about and make a decision for myself as well, because burnout is real.
Right.
Burnout is real.
And then sometimes hitting a wall doesn't mean that it's the end of something. No. That just means that it is time to
pivot.
Turn the next
pivot. She used that word all the time. Pivot.
Pivot in a different direction. Because it can be scary sometimes that we're in an economy where we're seeing things happen daily, the different changes, but the whole thing is to take those changes and make them work for you. And that's where the peace comes. The peace will come in, that rejuvenation will come in, but you just have to stop and check, just take a moment and just check yourself and see, okay, what do I need to do from here? Because this is not working.
And being honest with yourself.
Yes.
When you recognize that.
Right.
That was the key word you said earlier, Martha. Being honest with yourself and realizing like, okay, this is not it.
Right.
Something is not right and it's not working. And being willing to go and seek those solutions or figure out what it is that you need to do differently.
Right.
And not being afraid to do it.
Right.
It's okay, even though I believe we allow a lot of society's pressure to just sit right here on our shoulders, and it causes us to act like robots. For real. Like really just act like a robot. And we lose sight of, like you said, our mental, our emotional, our physical body.
Right.
We lose sight of all of that. And it's necessary that we do take a moment and look at that whole part of ourselves as well. It's so necessary.
Exactly. And I'm just challenging everyone to not fight the process. If when you hit the wall, just sometimes you just gotta just say, hey, this is my time to see where I am in life and what makes me happy, and take that time to discover you, what makes you happy, what makes you joyful. And sometimes not having so much responsibility is the best place to get to yourself and just allow yourself to just breathe.
Making it, I like that, Martha, making it an intentional effort.
Right.
Because that's what I've learned. I had to make it an intentional effort to say, today
Mm-hmm.
Tessie, we're going to the park and we're going to walk for a couple of miles.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in line with what they need to do or where they need to be.
Right.
But guess what? Today, Tessie's going to do this. And it's not like keeping a whole calendar because you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Right.
But making each moment that you need to take care of you intentional.
Right.
And sticking to it to the best of your ability.
Right.
Like intent.
Exactly.
That I think that's a real big word, a strong word to put in your mindset. Not like making it like a task,
right?
But being intentional about Tessie, being intentional about Martha, being intentional about yourself.
Right. And that leads to something that we're going to start on Thursdays. Every Thursday, we're going to start having some motivational moments that you'll be able to see, and it's going to just help everyone to just center themselves and to just kind of recharge and rejuvenate. And you can invite everybody on it because this is not just for nurses, but this is what we want to give to you all to help you make it through the day, help you make it through the week, to give you that little bit of recharge.
Yes, we're ready.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you all so much again for joining us today. Don't forget to hit the like and share, and please subscribe because we want to really get this podcast and YouTube channel just out to many more nurses just around the globe, because we want to hear from you. And you don't have to be a nurse. I think we need to make that very clear. We want to know from our whole team, whether you're a CNA or LPN.
Yes.
We want to know we want to hear from you. We want to know your experiences, because it's your experience. We can't be every place at one time, but we want to know your experience, because we know the experiences of everyone. Then we can pull together things that are going to make things better for us overall.
Overall, the entire industry, nursing industry.
Exactly.
Profession.
Exactly.
So.
Well, we hope that you all are having a wonderful day. Remember, hit that like button. It's free.
It sure is.
And
share.
And share.
Don't forget to share.
Please, yes. We want the nurses to see what's going on so we can get together. And please don't forget to, if you'd like to come on the show, we just email us and let us know. And we want to hear your experience and what you have to say. So you guys have a great day, and we will see you on the next episode. Take care. Okay. Bye-bye.